VancouverStreetSoccer.com.
This message fueled by Duso's fresh pasta and sauce. Proud to support community on and off the pitch.
It was true Italy. Every weekend, the Duso family gathered to share laughter and plates of homemade pasta. So when the Duso brothers came to Canada, rather than become homesick for the good times, they opened Duso's on Granville Island. A generation later, the Dusos are still creating authentic, home-style Italian pasta and sauce from natural ingredients. Great carbs and quick, healthy meals. Official pasta of the Vancouver Canucks and Vancouver Whitecaps FC. Look for Duso's fresh pasta and sauce at your local grocery store. Visit Dusos, DUSOS.com.
What's it like to score in the beautiful game? Come to Kia Vancouver and find out. This month during the Score the Best Price sale event, you can score 0% financing for 84 months and a $4,000 discount on select 2014 Kia Optimus. Plus, only at Kia Vancouver, score free lifetime car washes, free lifetime oil changes, free lifetime airport shuttle and parking, and always service with a smile. Kia Vancouver, the power to surprise at KiaVancouver.com and on Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon.
The Straight Razor Shave, a leading man classic. Centuries old, steady hand coaxing the rugged face back to smoothness. This nearly lost art has found revival at anotherfinecut.com. Hot towels, straight edge blade into your face. It's an experience that reminds you you're alive, you're a man, in the company of history's finest men. Start at anotherfinecut.com. Pick your barbershop in Yaletown, Gastown, or the Financial District, and relax into the big red leather chair for the shave of your life.
Planet Bingo, the only place in the Lower Mainland with full-time continuous bingo.
Go for big jackpots in a warm, welcoming atmosphere. Play electronic or traditional paper bingo. Join their Players Club, the Power Player program, and receive $5 in free play. Check jackpots and upcoming events at planetbingo.ca. Open 7 days a week, transit accessible with free parking. Main and 11th in Vancouver. Planet Bingo. Have fun. Win big. Must be 19 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sets.
This is Kia Vancouver's Soccer Talk on AM 650. Now here's your host, Tyler Green.
Make the final 1-0 in Vancouver's favor against the Crew tonight. A few fans with the Caps on tour in Columbus tonight, also in Toronto on Wednesday. We'll give you details on a great trip to Chicago at 10:45 to see the Caps play the Fire on July 30th. Chicago also in action tonight in Major League Soccer, and a bit of a barn burner. Simon's got the latest details on that one and the rest of MLS.
4 other games today in Major League Soccer. It was Philadelphia Union 0, DC United 1. Chris Rolfe with the winner for United there. Montreal Impact 0, Sporting Kansas City 3. Dom Dwyer had 2 goals in that game, and Montreal played the majority of the match with 10 men after Colin Warner was sent off early on. The barn burner was in Harrison, New Jersey, a 9-goal thriller. New York Red Bulls 4, Chicago Fire 5. 6 goals were scored after halftime. Harrison Shipp had a hat-trick for Chicago, and Bradley Wright Phillips also had a hat-trick for New York in a losing cause. The last game of the night, San Jose Earthquakes defeating FC Dallas by 2-1. 4 games tomorrow in MLS. Portland host LA. Colorado host Chivas USA. New England Revolution hosts the very hot Seattle Sounders. And Houston Dynamo host Real Salt Lake.
Good night for fantasy picks if you had a couple of those guys that were involved in that match. Tonight's AnotherFineCut.com barber poll is: which Vancouver Whitecaps youngster impressed you most in Wednesday's match against Toronto FC, and why? Drop us a line on Twitter at TylerGreenFC, at SoccerTalk650. Kevin O'Toole Real saying Marco Bustos for his energy, work rate, and control. From the back line, chiming in with Keans Froze, strong on the ball, good distribution, good track backs, and nice setup to Tybert before the half. Dennis Finn concurring about Keans Froze, had great moments, and this is his first game with the senior team. The future is very bright. You're listening to Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk on AM 650. My name's Tyler Green. Goal.com writer Simon Fudge alongside me, as always. We also have John Molinaro from Sportsnet in studio. The Whitecaps were 1-0 winners over Columbus. It was a 2-1 loss in Toronto to start their Amway Canadian Championship tournament on Wednesday. And guys, let's start with that. We kind of talked about it a little bit. But with that young lineup, and now let's kind of shift focus and get a little bit more detail into what Robinson should do. We kind of touched on it, but is Robinson really going to have to play so many youngsters? Is that sort of, John, you were able to talk to him after that game, and you think that we're going to see something pretty similar to what we saw on Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll go with the same starting 11, but he did. I mean, we asked him if he plans to sort of give the youth, a chance in the second leg because, obviously with Vancouver having the bye next week, there's an opportunity to filter in more of the veterans, and he certainly said that they're going to get the opportunity. I do think though he kind of hinted that he's going to bring in some more of the veterans, and for me, I think that makes sense. You don't want to. This is a decisive tie, and I think he would be, really risking. It would be a bold move if we were to went with the youth exclusively 2 games in a row. I think, as I said, with the team having a bye next weekend, this is really, there's no excuse not to put in guys like, Demerit and Gershon Kofi and David Ousted, and just kind of do a nice little mix of veterans and youth, and I think that should be really put them over the top.
Yeah, and the Whitecaps, Simon, they do have that advantage of having no game next week, so it's not like they have to worry about another game right afterwards. They can play some of these guys back to back and then give them that almost 5 days off with some rest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is a tournament that they haven't won. And the supporters and the club and everyone that takes into this team on a regular basis knows full well just how keen they are to win this trophy and play in the Champions League. So this second leg is now one in which it must be approached with getting a result. They put themselves in a very good position to be able to claim it. A lot of talk coming out of Toronto of the disappointment that they've probably left themselves with a lot of work to do to try and see themselves through themselves, and it could be very difficult for them, but it's incumbent upon Carl Robinson to make sure he puts a lineup out that says, okay, we're going to go and get the result. If he does feel he's got confidence the young players can do that job, we'll see them. But I think, as John would say, there needs to be a little more experience put in so that result is guaranteed.
And switching things to Toronto, John, you cover them and you have a good feel for them. Obviously, the main focus, I think, for Toronto has to be to make the Major League Soccer playoffs. So where does this tournament fit in, and how do you see them lining up? Do they line up a lot of youth, or is this something where they still try to go for it and win this trophy, or is this something maybe a little bit less on as a focus for them?
I think it's a little less focus for them because in Toronto, it's all about making the playoffs this year because obviously what's happened in the previous 7 seasons. But I don't think you can write off this tournament at all either. I think because Ryan Nelson has made a point about, they've had really bad injury problems the last couple of weeks, right? So a lot of the players haven't had a chance to play all that much together and develop as much chemistry as they like. So he sort of sees these games as much about winning the Canadian Championship, but also as an opportunity to give his guys extra games. So I think he's going to be going for it. I don't think he's going to be taking it lightly. He fielded a very strong team in the first leg, and I suspect he's going to do that again. Depending on whether Michael Bradley will be there or not, because there's, the reports that he's going to be joining the U.S. national team soon. But if Bradley is there, then he's going to play him, and same with Defoe. If he's not already off with training camp in England, then he's going to stay. He's going to play him.
You're listening to Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk here on AM 650. My name's Tyler Green. Alongside me, Simon Fudge, as he is every weekend. Also, Sportsnet's John Molinaro joining us in studio here at AM 650 and Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk. The Vancouver Whitecaps were 1-0 winners over the Columbus Crew today and got a goal from a guy that I think a lot of people weren't exactly excited about the fact that he was starting the game. Just on my Twitter feed alone, I asked people, what do you think? Eric Hurtado is starting this game. Most people saying, don't want him in there. Hasn't done enough to prove that he can play that game. Want Omar Salgado in there, but Eric Hurtado comes out, guys, and has a great performance and ends up getting a really good goal. And, yeah, we did see some of the bad touches, but he was doing a lot of those things, the good work that you want to see from a striker.
A little bit of the first touch for the control and just placing it in the top corner like he did. I mean, he took that goal ever so well tonight, and gave a bit of a lesson by his finish that you do not have to kill the ball to try and put it in the back of the net. It is a question of just placing it, and in a lot of ways, he just made the connection, didn't leave it too strong, but he hit it so beautifully. I mean, it did fall for him really well, but it was well executed and well taken. And you could just almost see a sense of relief come off of his shoulders by his reaction to the goal more than any amount of exuberance or excitement that he has just scored his first goal in MLS.
Yeah, kind of I wouldn't say a breakout performance, but certainly a credible performance, and probably one he really needed, right? Because, as you said, I think the fans have been really down on him. There was questioning about whether he should have started in front of Salgado. So I think by getting this first goal today, and obviously it was a wonderful strike. I mean, not just the strike, but the way he kind of set himself up with he had a neat little touch there to kind of work himself into the box. It was really a performance that he needed to have to not only kind of gain some confidence in himself, but maybe to prove to some of the naysayers a little bit wrong that he can perform up to top level.
And the head coach of the Vancouver Whitecaps, Carl Robinson, spoke to the media post-match and about Eric Hurtado and his performance following Eric Hurtado's game-winning goal from earlier tonight.
The goal's fantastic. It's a super strike, and it's just reward. But his all-round performance was really fantastic. He held the ball in, he ran down the channels, and he gave the two centre backs, who were both very good players, a problem all night. And that's credit to him, because it's been tough since he's come out the draft. It really has. But he's knuckled down, and especially this year, and he got his reward tonight.
And John, you talked about Eric Hurtado's goal, and Eric Hurtado kind of walked the media through his goal and what he was sort of seeing out there when the ball came to him, and this is what Eric Hurtado had to say post-game.
Chesting the ball, controlling it, and I chested it towards the goal. Got the little touch to set me up for the shot, and just kept my eye on the ball, because when I keep my eye on the ball, then I connect with it smoothly and can watch the goal on replay. I don't have to watch the goal go in the back of the net, and it went in the back of the net. I hit my sweet spot right on my left foot. It felt good. I saw it go over the keeper, and I know it was going under the crossbar.
So keep his eye on the ball when he hits the sweet spot. Should he take his own advice and do this on a regular basis? Because when he does, he can score some nice goals out there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a golfer's analogy almost in some respects, but it was really actually quite pleasing to see him just concentrate and execute properly. I mean, there have been so many instances, even in the last couple of games, where he's almost gotten a little bit too excited and it's just gone a little wayward on him. But all it needs for most strikers and attackers is to just even get it right once, and the next thing you know, everything just starts to fall into place.
And it's funny too, because you contrast that sweet strike with that sort of chance. It was in the second half where he kind of broke in on goal, and you figured, he's gonna really test the goalkeeper, and he just absolutely corkscrewed it. Like, I don't even know what he was doing. It was like one of the worst finishes I've ever seen. So yeah, I think he's got to be more composed. I think I get that he's a young man and he kind of gets excited when he gets sight of goal, but he's really kind of got to bear down and do what he did on that first goal and just kind of impart that the next time he's in front of goal.
We have a pair of tickets to the game on Wednesday, the return leg of the Amway Canadian Championship semifinal between Vancouver and Toronto FC. Which Vancouver Whitecaps player would you want to live next to, and why? Tweet us at SoccerTalk650, and you might just walk away with those tickets. We'll get my thoughts on who I'd like to live next to, Simon and John's thoughts as well. Only at Kia Vancouver, and only this weekend, receive a free weekend getaway for two to your choice of Kelowna or Harrison Hot Springs. Hurry, offer ends tomorrow. Visit KiaVancouver.com or at 396 Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon. We'll talk injuries with David Sandals of ExpertsPhysio.ca and Liverpool Supporters Group here in Vancouver. LFC Vancouver President Steve Speed in the second half. But up next, we're going to go around the globe and talk with Neil Shark about a trip to Chicago that he's put together for Vancouver Whitecaps fans. That's coming up next.
Follow us on Twitter at SoccerTalk650 and at Tyler Green FC. This is Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk on AM 650. The 2014 season of EA Sports BC Soccer Premier League. Welcome to the front lines of the game. Welcome to the big league. The one that provides an elevated level of competition for high-performance players within BC and contributes to player development for the Canadian national team and professional opportunities here and abroad. This is where you're going to see the top youth players in action. Catch some of the most intense soccer in the province. EA Sports BC Soccer Premier League. For information and upcoming games, check out bcsoccer.net.
Not that your stylist at the salon isn't doing a good job, but man, you deserve the big red leather barber chair experience of anotherfinecut.com. Here's how it works. Go to anotherfinecut.com. Book your appointment at one of their 3 unique to their area barbershops in Gastown, Yaletown, or the Financial District. You can just walk in, too, and get your haircut, hot shave, buzz cut, fade, or beard trim experience. You deserve this. A great wedding party idea, too. Anotherfinecut.com.
What's it like to score in the beautiful game? Come to Kia Vancouver and find out. This month during the Score the Best Price sale event, you can score 0% financing for 84 months and a $4,000 discount on select 2014 Kia Optimus. Plus, only at Kia Vancouver, score free lifetime car washes, free lifetime oil changes, free lifetime airport shuttle and parking, and always service with a smile. Kia Vancouver, the power to surprise at KiaVancouver.com and on Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon.
Vancouver Street Soccer League is the beautiful game at its finest. Teams of men and women who are homeless, have recently been homeless, or are at risk for homelessness get together to train and play matches. It's great fun that builds skill and confidence, and the league sent players to 4 consecutive Homeless World Cups in Milan, Rio de Janeiro, Paris, Mexico City, and Poland. Find out more at VancouverStreetSoccer.com.
This message fueled by Duso's Fresh Pasta and Sauce, proud to support community on and off the pitch.
When you're wearing uncomfortable shoes, stress starts from the ground up. For over 70 years, Harry Minnick Shoes has been providing custom footwear that looks great and, more importantly, feels great. Check out their wide selection of both men's and ladies' brands from top names like Wilkie, Joseph Seibel, and especially Sass. Then get professionally fitted, ensuring that you walk out with comfortable feet. Harry Minnick Shoes, the perfect fit every time. 640 6th Street in New Westminster.
We're back. This is Kia Vancouver's Soccer Talk on AM 650. Now here's your host, Tyler Green.
Some Premier League talk in the second half of the program, as either Manchester City or Liverpool will be crowned champions on Sunday. Simon has some of those matchups to watch for tomorrow in England, brought to you by Umbro.
It's the final day of the season. All games will kick off tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific. The big ones are going to be at Anfield. Liverpool will play Newcastle United. They must win if they're going to have any chance of winning the EPL title. Manchester City are at home to West Ham United, and all they need is a draw, and they will be champions. The other one to note is Southampton hosting Manchester United. If Manchester United win, they will qualify for the Europa League next season.
And John, Sportsnet has a bunch of those games on. It was 5 games on different platforms.
Yeah, the big one is we've got the Man City West Ham United game, so more than likely viewers will be able to see the title race at in Man City.
Let's check the latest headlines from around the globe, taking a look at the news, notes, and rumors from around the globe. Neil and the team at Uniglobe One Travel have you covered. 604-677-1495, and a great little trip to the Windy City to see the Whitecaps face the Chicago Fire on July 30th at Toyota Park. You can also see a Cubs game hosting the Colorado Rockies. Airfare, transfers, 4-star accommodation. There's limited seats, so book early. Call Neil, 604-677-1495. Visit facebook.com/soccertalkvan to see all the details in this trip. John, you were telling me you've never been to Chicago.
Never been. No, wanted to go, but seems like a great city, and I'm a big blues fan, and that's a big blues city. So
yeah, well, great opportunity here. I know you got to fly from Toronto,
yeah.
But great opportunity here. Let's check out some of the latest news from around the globe. And Edison Cavani, he's preparing to be wooed by many clubs. 2 Premier League clubs, Chelsea and Manchester United, are definitely in the hunt as an option to stay at PSG as well. Roberto Martinez is hoping to sign loanee Gareth Barry to a permanent deal to stay at Everton. Borussia Dortmund are looking to replace Robert Lewandowski with Torino striker, I'm going to screw this up, Ciro
Ciro Immobile.
That's why I brought an Italian
Exactly.
in studio with me tonight. And then, of course, he's going to do what many Dortmund players do, and we for Bayern Munich in a couple years. And Simon has a couple scores that are of interest in the NASL and USL Pro.
Yeah, two games of note in the NASL. Ottawa Fury drew 1-1 at home with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Ottawa's goal coming from ex-Whitecaps midfielder Tony Donatelli. SC Edmonton, on the other hand, they go into the Amway Canadian Championship semi-second leg in Montreal in happy mood. They won 2-1 at Indy 11, who have yet to win this season as an expansion side in NASL. Fordyce and Moses with the goals for the Eddies, so they'll be in very good spirits going to Quebec on Wednesday. In USL Pro, I should also say, it was a battle of the Whitecaps USL Pro affiliate against the Toronto FC USL Pro affiliate, and Charleston Battery fell 1-0 at home to the Wilmington Hammerheads.
They needed Omar.
Probably did, yeah.
That was a look around the globe with Uniglobe One Travel, and you got to get in on this trip to Chicago to see the Whitecaps in July by calling Neil Chark at 604-677-1495, and Neil joins us now. Neil, you've been helping organize trips for Whitecaps fans over the last few years, and Chicago is the latest big one here. And for people like John, for example, who haven't been to Chicago, the Whitecaps match aside, I've been to Chicago, great city, but why should people get on this trip just to see Chicago?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Tyler. I wanted to say that Chicago is a great city. Great shopping on the Magnificent Mile, tremendous museums, unbelievable restaurants, the lakefront. It's just a great city. Just under a 4-hour flight from here, and we call it 3 days, 2 great events, the 100th anniversary of Wrigley Field, the Whitecaps game at Toyota Park, and it's in one great city, Chicago. We'll be staying near the Magnificent Mile, and we can take fans from everywhere, Vancouver, Toronto, you name it. We can hook everybody up to be there, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit more. What does this trip include? We kind of touched on the fact that you get to go to a Cubs game, and lo and behold, you get to see a new West kid play with Justin Morneau playing for Colorado against the Cubs, and then at Wrigley Field, and then you also get to see the Whitecaps take on the Chicago Fire. What else is included in the trip?
Absolutely. So round-trip airfare leaving on the morning of July 29th. When we arrive in Chicago, we're going to have some of the world-famous Chicago hot dogs, then go to Wrigley Field to watch the Cubs. The next day, we're going to have a panoramic tour of Chicago. That will be followed by the Whitecaps game in Toyota Park. Following the Whitecaps game, some Chicago stuffed pizza. The next day will be have the morning free for shopping, sightseeing, enjoy the waterfront, and then fly home. Round-trip airfare, 4-star accommodation, sightseeing, 2 meals, and it's going to be great.
And if people call this weekend, you got a little special offer for them as well.
Tremendous offer this weekend. Give me a call tomorrow or Monday at 604-677-1495, or you can email me, neilc@uniglobe1.com, and that's ONE.com, and we'll give you $100 off, so you'll pay $1,249 per person. That's based on 2 sharing Canadian dollars for this amazing trip. We have limited space, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, I know Christina and I are looking forward to this trip, and I know there's a lot of Whitecaps fans out there that are thinking about it. Definitely need to check out Chicago, not only for that, but to see the Whitecaps play in Chicago is absolutely amazing. Neil, once again, thanks for joining us, and just what numbers again can people find you at?
604-677-1495, or drop me an email, neilc@uniglobe1.com, and it's Neil, Neal. And I look forward to spending time with you and Christina in Chicago, Tyler, and thanks for having me on.
And I understand that Christina's already got an order of about 50 hot dogs for herself.
And just for the first afternoon, that's good.
Perfect. Thanks, Neil. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care, Tyler.
There's Neil Chark from Uniglobe One Travel again. fantastic trip, and you can find out some more details at our Facebook page, facebook.com/SoccerTalkVan. Of course, phone Neil at 677-1495. Guys, we talked about it just briefly before the break. To win tickets for that game coming up on Wednesday, who would you like to live next to with that play with the Vancouver Whitecaps right now? I guess it could be a coach as well. So, let's go with Simon first. Which Whitecap would you like to live next door to?
Be Andy O'Brien, considering that him and I have got something in common in the fact that his hometown is Harrogate in North Yorkshire in England, and that was a place that I lived in for about 7 years. I think we would have a lot of be able to talk about that part of the world and stuff, and it was always someone that when I've talked to them, I felt I always got a certain good level of interaction and understanding with me.
Matthias Laba. Argentines are absolutely famous for their barbecues, and my sister-in-law is from Argentina, and I remember when I visited her and my brother when they were living in Buenos Aires, and it's a full day affair. I mean, they go like 6 to 8 hours. They're just priming the barbecue with charcoal, and it's just, full cows, full pigs on it. It's just unbelievable, and the beef down in Argentina is so incredible. So, and in fact, when he was when playing for Toronto, he had his dad kind of come up and stay with him for a while, and they did. It's the Argentine barbecue is called asado, and they flew in special beef just for the barbecue. So wow. I suspect, I would love to live beside him here in Vancouver, because I'm sure he's doing those full day barbecues again.
McQueen Jeff saying obviously demerit for throwing the best parties in Van City. Jay Nemec, Andre Lewis. It'd be fun to watch him practice his backflips. Another one saying Kakuta Mane. Who else could do a beer run faster on their feet? Kakuta Mane, Matt Aruda saying Kakuta Mane. Then he could piggyback me from the party faster than I could run myself. And then RMRGCB saying Rio C. Dude looks like he can party. Or Harvey also looks like he can party. Plus, he's pretty. Rain City Brigade tweeting, Eric, having Demolition Man and Rufio living next to me would be incredible and safe. So some references to the Demolition Man. Simon Phoenix, I can't remember the name of the actor. Wesley Snipes, Demolition Man, and Rufio. I can't remember what movie that is, but definitely know who it was. I was going to say, I was thinking before Darren Maddox, because he's an excellent cook, I hear. But then I put a little more thought into it, and I think goalkeeper coach Marius Rovda, because if you've heard about the story where he had to subdue a passenger on a plane ride back from LA because the passenger had a little bit too much alcohol, and knowing the type of guy that Marius is in his military service back in Norway, my neighborhood would be safe. I wouldn't have to worry about a thing. It would be great. And Marius is a guy that I think is a lot of fun. Being on the sidelines, he is a very lively character, so I'd love to live next to Whitecaps goalkeeper coach Marius Rovda as my Whitecap pick. Only at Kia Vancouver, and only this weekend, receive a free weekend getaway for 2 to your choice of Kelowna or Harrison Hot Springs. Hurry, offer ends tomorrow. KiaVancouver.com or 396 Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon. It's halftime here on Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk, but a busy second half of the show featuring Steve Speed of the Vancouver Liverpool Supporters Group as we continue our supporters series with one of the biggest groups of European supporters here in Vancouver. And if you have a supporters group you'd like to feature, drop us a line at soccertalk650@gmail.com. And also going to continue our conversation with John Molinaro of Sportsnet and Simon Fudge about this Whitecap squad. We'll recap more of the game, plus regular contributor David Sandals of ExpertPhysio.ca joins us in just a matter of minutes. But first, let's check out the BC Soccer Profile presented by bcsoccer.net.
Time now for the BC Soccer Profile, showcasing special achievements and success stories from throughout the province. After hosting the successful Coastal Cup finals at Minaroo Park, BC Soccer would like to thank the Richmond Soccer Association's many volunteers and staff members. These tournaments happen thanks to all the time and effort they dedicate. The Richmond Soccer Association will now host the Les Sinnott Memorial Boys Tournament in July. To learn more about future tournaments, visit bcsoccer.net.
This is Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk on AM 650. Follow us on Twitter at Soccer Talk 650 and at Tyler Green FC.
Held high above the heads of soccer supporters everywhere. The soccer scarf is a world-class tradition, and Global Scarves can get you into the game. From English soccer clubs to Canadian hockey teams, Global Scarves has been producing high-quality UK-knitted soccer scarves for over 40 years. Because you're dealing directly, you get the lowest price, and your order shipped in as little as 15 days. Global Scarves are a high-margin, high-spirited fundraising idea. Contact Brad at globalscarves.com or visit globalscarves.com.
What's it like to score in the beautiful game? Come to Kia Vancouver and find out. This month during the Score the Best Price sale event, you can score 0% financing for 84 months and a $4,000 discount on select 2014 Kia Optimus. Plus, only at Kia Vancouver, score free lifetime car washes, free lifetime oil changes, free lifetime airport shuttle and parking, and always service with a smile. Kia Vancouver, the power to surprise at KiaVancouver.com and on Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon.
The 2014 season of EA Sports BC Soccer Premier League. Welcome to the front lines of the game. Welcome to the Big League. The one that provides an elevated level of competition for high-performance players within BC and contributes to player development for the Canadian national team and professional opportunities here and abroad. This is where you're going to see the top youth players in action. Catch some of the most intense soccer in the province. EA Sports BC Soccer Premier League. For information and upcoming games, check out bcsoccer.com.